Happy Moon Day, Wise Hearts. Welcome back to Wise Hearts Garden, a place where together we plant seeds of curiosity, compassion, courage, and community as we tend our lives one season and one practice at a time. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Last Monday, I opened the garden gate and invited you into a practice with me for the week. And the practice was a compost bowl. And so, uh, and the practice was gently noticing what we might be ready to release, to let go of back to the earth and to not carry any longer. And so I told you that I would check back in with you this week, and I wanted to honor that. And so I've been wondering, what stayed with you during the week, if anything at all? Um, Maybe it was a word, maybe it was an image, maybe it was simply the idea that nothing is wasted in the garden. That's huge. Um, did you find yourself thinking about the compost bowl at different times? Did it come up at all? Um, did anything surprise you that was coming up, as far as things that you feel ready to compost and that you are not wanting to carry any longer? Or did the idea or the thought come up for you that it's actually harder for you to let go of something than you may have thought? All of these are welcome here. And and also, if you weren't able to join in the practice, I just want to say that's okay. I realize, gosh, there are so many voices, so many videos, so many practices out here. There's so much content um, to consume. And I am just appreciative of you spending a little time here in the garden with me. And so, my intention for this space is actually that it becomes more than another video for you to watch. I'd love for Wise Heart's Garden to become a living conversation where we learn from one another, um, where your reflections are just as valuable as mine, and where we can tend to this life together. I really, really desire community where all is welcome. And another thing has occurred to me. Um, Somebody out there may have seen the video last week and practiced with me during the week. And what a lovely thing that is, because I really enjoyed my time of reflecting, of giving myself some space to sit and to breathe and to think about the things that I wanted to release. I've done this a little differently in the past, so I noticed the difference that this time, and maybe it's just because it's really time for me to let some things go to the compost. That could be the difference, but I noticed a difference in how I was feeling. And so, um, also, some people may have forgotten about the compost bowl. Someone may have watched the video and said, I'll come back to this and wasn't able to. And some may just be hearing this for the first time today. Again, wonderful. All of those experiences are welcome. And for anyone that may have actually joined me in the practice, excuse me, was there a moment during the week when you noticed yourself holding something? And the thought came to you like, this is something I don't want to hold any longer. Um, I did. I realized I have been trying to rush a project along that really wants to unfold more slowly, more organically, more naturally. Um, yeah, it doesn't want to be rushed. And I want to honor that. And so um, I'm going to be placing that into my compost bowl with everything else that is here. The belief that I have to hurry my becoming, that I have to hurry any projects, that I have to hurry anything. And so maybe you've noticed something similar for yourself in your own life. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a relationship or a decision that needs to be made, or even just rushing yourself in life in general. Whatever it is, um, again, all experiences are welcome, but just being aware and paying attention to the things that are coming up for us and that we're able to see that, and make a new choice. Is this something that I want to continue to carry? Or is this something that's ready for the compost bowl? And so this week's garden question I'd like to leave you with is, if last week became compost, what new growth might it nourish? I don't know what was happening for you last week. I don't know what things may have come up for you, but it's just another opportunity to look back with awareness and to decide if there was something that showed up last week that you are ready to let go of, ready to put into the compost bowl. Then again, find you a bowl. If you haven't done so already, find you a container, some paper, something to write with. You could even type it out, print it out, um, you know, tear it into pieces of smaller pieces and place that in your bowl. You could do whatever it is that is helpful for you. Um, but um, I'd like to hear, I'd love for you to leave your reflections in the comments. Um, Not because there's any answer that I'm looking for, but because your story, your reflections may help another wise heart to feel less alone. And I just know that transformation, growth, um, rarely happens alone. And so I would love for this space again to be a place where everyone feels comfortable coming exactly as you are, sharing what it is that you'd like to share in the comments, and us co-creating a living dialogue right here, a living community right here. And wherever you find yourself today, I'm trusting, I'm working on language and not using the word hope. Um, and so, because I was going to say, my hope is that you'll take a few moments, but I'm just trusting that you will take some time, that you'll take some moments for yourself, that you'll find a quiet place for yourself, that you may even find or Get your favorite beverage or your snack and really take some time for yourself and simply ask, um, how can I care for what is here in this moment? And just give yourself some time to reflect on that, to be with yourself, to notice what comes up in your body, to breathe, um, to send some love to yourself. And um, yeah, that's the invitation that I'd like to leave you with, not only with the compost bowl, but for carving out some time for yourself. Spend some time with yourself. And until next moon day, keep tending your garden. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to checking to see if there are any comments. I'll respond to those if you're looking for a response. Yeah, until next time, I'm just sending you so much love. Take good care. Take good care, wise hearts.